I'm very sorry. I'm at the outset to give the trouble in this vacation. Matter was urgent. Otherwise, I would not have filed the urgent application. मैं उसी के लिए पहले ही मैंने क्षमा मांगा सर. आई एम वेरी सॉरी. इस केस में सर मेरे my lord, the most important thing is let us see.
Yes, Mr. Rupert.
My lord, I just invite my lord's kind attention to the writ petition annex P11, which was the order under challenge.
P11. Yes.
My lord, this is an order. My lord, this is an order passed by the Assistant Registrar Firms and Societies. The petitioner number 1, my lord, is a society registered under Societies Registrikaran Adhiniyam, and the Assistant Registrar is the officer concerned, and the Registrar of Madhya Pradesh Bhopal is also the officer concerned. Now, my lord, what the Assistant Registrar is writing, उपरोक्त विषय में माननीय उच्च न्यायालय खंडपीठ इंदौर के प्रकरण क्रमांक 100 में पारित निर्णय दिनांक 7/2/24 के पालन में श्री गुरु सिंह सभा एपेलेंट नंबर 1 द्वारा उपलब्ध कराई गई सदस्यों की सूची, जो कि 1 से 11,687 सदस्यों की सूची आपके चाहे अनुसार आपकी ओर संलग्न प्रेषित कर निर्देशित किया जाता है कि उक्त सूची का प्रथम प्रकाशन कर आपत्तियां आमंत्रित करें व दावे आपत्तियों के निराकरण के बाद विधिवत निर्वाचन का कार्यक्रम करें व निर्वाचन की कार्रवाई पारदर्शिता पूर्वक पंजीकृत विधान के प्रावधानों के अनुसार संपन्न कराया जाना सुनिश्चित करें. Now, Lord, what is this order dated 7/2/24, Lord? That is annexure P4. That is annexure P4. Lord, this is an order. It is a long order, Lord, with which we are not concerned. I will tell what is the crux of the matter. Lord, this petition was filed by Sehaj 6, that we are also to be included in the voters list. So what this Honorable Court said, that we are not concerned with all this. We will just skip over to, Lord, page number, internal page number 8 and running page number 43 of the writ petition. उसमें ये annexure P4 का last operative part para 11 पढ़ने की कृपा कीजिए सर. इसमें लिखा है, in these circumstances, the writ petition is hereby disposed of with the direction to the registrar, deputy registrar, assistant registrar of firms to ensure that the voters list is finalized. And after hearing the parties so and so, the aforesaid exercise को 2 हफ्ते में the assistant registrar with powers, Lord. Then, Lord, on the next P5, this is a letter written by the assistant registrar to this petition appellant number 1 society, who was respondent number 4 before the writ court, Lord, to appoint the election officer and to publish the voters list and invite objections, etc. Annexure P5. Now, Lord, Annexure P6 is the election program which was done, Lord, without complying with the requirement of publication of the voters list. That is Annexure P6. In the meanwhile, my Lord, another issue cropped up, Lord, in which, Lord, there were two persons, Lord. Number 1, the petitioner, that is the respondent number here before my Lord, respondent number 4. Yes, respondent number 4, the original petitioner. He was not a Amritdhari Sikh, and Lord, he also used to cut his beard, etc. So therefore, one writ petition. This is another issue with which we are not concerned presently. But because of that, Lord, Annexure P7 order was passed by this Honorable Court, by which, Lord, we can just go to Annexure P7. Again, the last para is important. Petitioner's disposal with the direction, that is Annexure P7 WP 27519/24 का order dated 20 September 2024. I am reading, Lord, page number 51, running page number, internal page number 2. Petition is disposed of with the direction that petitioner and all other persons of the community to file objections before respondent number 3 and to within those in may decide karo. Very good order. That order was not complied with, my Lord, and the election program was being continued. So therefore, the petitioners filed another petition, which was, Lord, dismissed by way of the next document, which is number 54 and is Annexure P8. In this writ petition, this Honorable Court, the another court, That was another decision, another coordinate bench for is important, last para of this document. Para 16 is important कि आपका ये सारे ऑब्जेक्शन जो हैं, if you are agreed by the result of the election, उस वक्त तुम कर देना. So this was the order which was passed. Then, my lord, finally, the registrar has passed this order, Annexure P11, which I just now read at the outset. What Annexure P11 only stated, the Assistant Registrar Firms and Societies has himself forwarded a list of 11,687 members of the election officer with instructions to first invite objections on the voter list and thereafter decide the objections and issue the election program. I have no objection. Lord, if I make any prayer that to postpone the election, they say that you are working as the president and you are wanting to postpone the election. No, 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 no. So therefore, I was very meticulous while drafting the instant writ appeal that I don't want the postponement of the election. You want it to be third, and Lord, let it be on third. Now, Lord, what the impugned order of the learned single judge has said, that is a very, with utmost respect and regard, Lord, may I humbly submit.
This appeal is filed against this order, P8.
This order. Lord, I will read the order which is challenged before this honorable court. Lord, I will invite my Lord's kind attention to Annexure A1, which is the order passed, Lord, on 5th of October. The petition was filed on 23rd of October, and 25th of October was the very first date of hearing. Was the May I read with my Lord's kind permission?
Yes.
Lord, I just want to read the short impugned order, which, as I humbly submitted, Lord, it was filed on 23rd of October, and it was allowed in toto. It's a wrong word. The word उसमें dispose of लिखा नहीं, dispose of नहीं है, sir. This petition has been allowed 100% toto by quashment of the order Annexure P11, which I read at the beginning of my arguments. Lord, I will just read. This petition has been filed by the petitioner under Article 226 with a prayer to quash and set aside the order dated 16/10/24 and direct the respondents to ensure the elections of respondent number 3 society are conducted as early as possible on any date fixed by this honorable court and allow the petition so and so. Para 3. The petitioner is agreed by the order dated 16/10/24 Annexure P11 issued by respondent number 2 Assistant Registrar Firms and Societies Indore, whereby it was informed to the respondent number 4 that a list of members from 1 to 11,687 has already been conveyed to him, and he is required to publish the same and invite objections and thereafter conduct the elections as per rules. Counsel for petitioner has submitted that the aforesaid exercise has already been completed, which is also apparent from the fact that earlier also the election program was issued on 3/9/2024, and prior to that on 22/2/2024 also an election program is issued. That is not correct, Lord. We can just verify the
Correct.
सर पूरा पढ़ लें सर आपकी अनुमति से.
Just a minute, Mr. Gupta.
इसको फ्लाइट मोड में कर देने से कुछ नुकसान तो नहीं?
ठीक है। इसके पहले
इसको बंद, इसको फ्लाइट मोड में कर दिया फिर भी क्यों आ रहा है?
के बाद yes, Mr. Yes.
My lord, I was humbly requesting my lord's kind attention to this order. My lord, I had read para 3. Should I read it again? My para 3. The petitioners agreed by the order dated 16/10/24 issued by Assistant Registrar, whereby it was informed that to the respondent number 4 that a list of members from 1 to 11,687 has already been conveyed to him, and he is required to publish the same and invite objections and thereafter conduct the elections as per rules. Counsel for petitioner has submitted that the aforesaid exercise has already been completed. Wrong statement, which is also apparent from the fact that earlier also the election program was issued on 3/9/24 and prior to that on 22/2/24 annexure P5. ये गलत बात है, वो आप verify कर सकते हैं. Also an election program was issued. It is submitted the WP 27519, which was 25/9/24. The election officer had already given an undertaking that all the objections shall be decided within 3 days' time, and thus they have already been decided, not yet decided, my lord. It is submitted that respondent number 2 has passed the impugned order only with a view to thwart the election after the election officer sent a letter to the respondent for providing security on 4/10/24 for the purposes of election, and thus it is submitted that the respondents may be directed to allow the respondent number 4 to conduct the elections expeditiously and provide the police force as and when required. On the other hand, the counsel for respondent number 1 and 2 has submitted that police force shall be provided to respondent number 4 as and when the election takes place, to which the learned counsel respondent Vivek Phadke submitted that the election shall be conducted on 3/11/24. In view of the same, this court is inclined to dispose of this petition while quashing the impugned order dated 16/10/24 with the direction to respondent number 4 to conduct the elections on the aforesaid date, that is 3/11/24, and the respondent number 1 and 2 are also directed to provide such police force as is required for smooth and uninterrupted elections of Shri Guru Singh Sabha. Now, my lord, this is not disposed of. Actually, this petition has been allowed in toto. I want to invite my lord's kind attention to ground number 1 and 2 of my writ appeal, my lord, because I may not be able to put it so nicely, so I have put it in writing, lord. Para 3.1. With utmost respect and regard and all humility at my command, lord, I may be permitted to read ground number 3.1. The learned single judge has committed a grave error of law and of facts in allowing the writ petition finally granting 100% relief to the original petitioner, respondent number 4, on the very first date of hearing. Lord, this is contrary to the Supreme Court judgment of review. इसमें review में मैंने अभी निकाली थी सामने कहाँ से. Directly contrary to the Supreme Court judgment, you can't allow 100%. Then para 3.2. Even otherwise, there is no justification to quash the order dated 16/10/24 because it only forwarded the list of 11,687 members and ordered the election officer to publish the voters list. There is no illegality in Annexure P11 dated 16/10/24, and the learned single judge has committed a grave error of law by quashing the said reasonable order. The interests of justice demand that the elections are to be held on a date fixed by this honorable court. Then list of 11,687 members, voters forwarded by assistant registrar should be the basis of the elections. Otherwise, the process ordered by the assistant registrar may be followed as it is in consonance with the judicial orders of this honorable court. And the original para 3.3 original petitioner has made a bold statement that the exercise directed by this honorable court in WP 2805/24 Annexure P4 has been completed. It is humbly submitted that if the exercise is completed, then there is no harm in publishing the list of voters list of 11,687 members in number, which was forwarded by the assistant registrar to the election officer. Lord, there are two distinct issues before this honorable court. I am here only on the correctness or otherwise of the voters list. The other objection that the petitioner number 1, who is respondent number 4, is not qualified to contest the election has been set at rest, Lord, by the second order dated 30/8/2020 4/10/2024, in which Lord the Honorable Single Judge, Lord Honorable Justice Shri Subodh Abhyankar said that whatever you want to say, you say in the remedy after the election. That is correct. He did not want it to enter into that dispute. But as far as the voters list finalization and publication is concerned, now, Lord, what my prayer is there in the writ appeal. I don't want, Lord, this honorable court never fixes, Lord, the date of election. The date of election is also always fixed by the competent authorities. वो सही है या गलत है ये न्यायालय बोलेगा. न्यायालय थोड़े बोलेगा कि फला तारीख को इलेक्शन हो. Now, Lord, please see what is my prayer in the writ appeal. That order may be quashed, and in the alternative, this honorable court be pleased to order the registrar firms and societies Bhopal and the assistant registrar and the collector to conduct the election on that very day. Lord, because they are saying, I am wanting to postpone the election. No, I don't want to postpone the election. Lord, I only want...
We have heard you. Annexure P5.
Annexure P5.
P5 of writ petition.
Lord, and P5, Lord, is Lord, that... Lord, when the first order was passed regarding the
आप पूछना चाह रहे हो सुनिए तो ये तो क्या पूछना है
मेरे
तो हम बोलेंगे ना आवाज आ रही है आपको
जी सर आ रही सर नहीं सर ये P5 क्या है ये बताना चाह रहे हैं आप मैं सुन नहीं पाया सर
बताइए
हाँ Annexure P5 जो है Annexure P5 is an order passed by the assistant registrar whereby Lord
सुनिए 2 मिनट
जी सर
ये असिस्टेंट रजिस्ट्रार का जो लेटर आपको आया था इसके बाद आपने P6 में इलेक्शन प्रोग्राम बनाया इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने
हाँ
तो किस स्टेज तक काम हुआ है इसमें
नहीं P6 का इलेक्शन के बाद जब P6 का इलेक्शन जो है जी सर बिल्कुल सही क्वेश्चन पूछा सर P6 के बाद इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने स्वतः जो इलेक्शन इंडेफिनेटली पोस्टपोन कर दिया वो दस्तावेज इन्होंने नहीं कर सर जिस दिन इलेक्शन देखिए 4 तारीख को मेरी याचिका खारिज हुई और 5 तारीख को ये आदेश निकाला जो मैंने इस अपील के साथ प्रस्तुत किया है एज एनेक्चर A4 इसमें बोला हुआ है कि न्यायिक प्रक्रियाओं सर मेरी मेमो ऑफ अपील में मैंने दस्तावेज एक प्रस्तुत किया है एनेक्चर A4 ये आदेश हुआ है सर इसमें लिखा हुआ था उपरोक्तानुसार पेज नंबर 28 of my writ appeal. The order starts from page number 26. 4/10/2024 का आदेश है सर और इसका ऑपरेटिव पार्ट पढ़िएगा सर जी मैं लास्ट पेज में पढ़ूंगा पेज नंबर 28 में नीचे से 1 2 3 5वीं लाइन उपरोक्त अनुसार न्यायिक
6-10 4-10 को लिखा है, मतलब 4-10 से 3 कार्रवाई कर चुके।
My lord, it is written on
Yes.
4-10. My lord, it is written on 4-10, but it is
4-10
displayed
तक
on
इसका इलेक्शन प्रोग्राम कंप्लीट हो चुका था।
4-10 तक का प्रोग्राम कंप्लीट हो गया था और 6-10 को इलेक्शन होने वाले थे।
और ऑब्जेक्शन डिसाइड करने की डेट भी निकल गई थी, तो लिस्ट
हाँ, ऑब्जेक्शन करने की डेट निकल गई थी। अब इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने क्या
डिसाइड हो होंगे।
इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने
4-10 तक के
सर मैं निवेदन कर रहा हूँ, इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने क्या
इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने की वो दैट इज फाइनल, दैट इज इंटैक्ट, दैट कांट बी इंटरफियर, ओनली द थिंग्स टू बी हेल्ड।
My lord, the order passed on 4-10, which actually passed on 5-10 is that elections are postponed indefinitely. आप देख लीजिए ना ऑर्डर
की जो कार्रवाई कर ली इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने, दैट इज फाइनल।
हाँ, दैट इज फाइनल, उसके बाद कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है।
लिख भी दिया वो, दैट इज मीनिंगलेस।
सर आप एक निवेदन कर रहा हूं, आप एनेक्चर A4 पढ़ लीजिए सर। एनेक्चर A4
तो 4 तक इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने कार्रवाई सारी कर चुका था वो।
हाँ, 4-10
deciding of objection, finalization of voter list, each and everything. And nobody has
नहीं,
changed that.
तो वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूं, तो वही तो प्रक्रिया जो है
सुनना है
सर, वही प्रक्रिया।
objections and anything.
My only objection is that 4-10 का जो ऑर्डर है,
that is national right to order.
सर मैं ये बोल रहा हूं कि ये जो आदेश है 16-10-24 का, उसी का तो क्रियान्वयन है, क्योंकि इलेक्शन ऑफिसर ने इनडेफिनेटली पोस्टपोन कर दिया इलेक्शन इस आदेश के द्वारा, जो मैंने आपके समक्ष A4 प्रस्तुत किया।
फिक्स कर दी डेट 3 तारीख की। अब 3 तारीख को आप रैली निकालने का आदेश निकाल दिया आपने कि हम रैली निकालेंगे।
सर मैं आपकी पूरी बात समझ नहीं पा रहा हूं सर। मैं सिर्फ आपसे ये निवेदन कर रहा हूं कि इलेक्शन ऑफिसर, इसको हटा दें सर। सर मेरे को सिर्फ इतना है कि 5-10 को जो एंटीडेटेड ऑर्डर 4-10 का पेश किया आप मैंने, उसके अनुसार इलेक्शंस हैव बीन पोस्टपोन्ड इनडेफिनेटली बाय द इलेक्शन ऑफिसर। तो क्योंकि इलेक्शन नहीं हो रहा था और इनफैक्ट द इलेक्शन ऑफिसर हैड एब्डिकेटेड द अथॉरिटी, देयरफॉर एनेक्चर P11 वाज पास्ड बाय द असिस्टेंट रजिस्ट्रार। मेरा कहना है लेट द असिस्टेंट रजिस्ट्रार कंडक्ट द इलेक्शन। अब नो वोटर लिस्ट हैज बीन पब्लिश्ड,
इलेक्शन ऑफिसर है आने के लिए
election
officer.
My lord, the election officer has to function under the supervision and control of assistant registrar. Assistant registrar has passed an order dated 16-10-24. There is nothing wrong with that order. वही तो इस अभियान सर 16-10
इलेक्शन करवाएगा, ऐसा कुछ लिखा हुआ
नहीं। मेरा कहना है असिस्टेंट जो आदेश कर रहे हैं, let the assistant registrar conduct the election.
Under which provision, Mr. Rupa? Under which provision?
Under section 32 of the under section 32
assistant registrar थोड़ी election कराएगा जाके।
नहीं, देखिए सर, अंडर सेक्शन 32 ऑफ द सोसाइटीज रजिस्ट्रीकरण अधिनियम, if there is too much confusion, chaos, then the registrar or the officer authorized by him is competent to step into the matter and take cognizance. When they are not publishing the final voters list, my lord, and the registrar is himself sending कि ये voter list है, तो let that voter list be complied, because as it is, lord, the election officer has said
6-10 के 4-10 को एडजस्ट कर तो
Section 32.
नियोजन पर नामांकन पर तो यहाँ अंतिम सूची प्रकाशित होगी। ये कार्रवाई यहाँ तक होगी, इसको कैसे इंटरप्रेट करें? Yes, Mr. Aslan, petitioner.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I am not in fact. Like to me in the morning, the petition was filed. Second petition is not second. But can we consider since 2012, that is 24/12/2012. 24/12/2012. Before 12/2012. This plan number 2 is the president of this society. Whereas the elections have to be held once every year, I will show the guidelines also here. We have not allowed the elections to be held for last 12 years, Mila. And the reason being, in this society, lot of funds come, Mila. I don't want to say more than that. He himself have said, kindly see, I have filed that document at page 35 of my writ petition. The last elections were held on 24/12, kindly consider. Now Mr. Vipra is representing the society also. In earlier round of litigations, when the president came, the society was made as a respondent, and Mr. Vivek Patwa was representing them. Before the also he was represented the society.
Petitioner in one matter.
Yes, my lord. Kindly see your next PH for a moment. 54, my lord. Yes, my lord.
He is appellant number 2.
He is appellant number 2. But kindly see who is respondent number 6. On page 52, my lord. Shri Guru Singh Sabha. Society was made as a respondent. He appeared for respondent in all of the round of litigation. Pardon, my lord? No. Here the appellant is a society.
Or along with appellant number 2.
Appellant number 2 is Manjeet Singh Bhatia. He was the petitioner. The last petitioner was Manjeet Singh Bhatia. Manjeet Singh Bhatia was last petitioner. So now 6 is Shri Guru Singh Sabha. So he was saying, he was appearing against society in all of the round of litigations. When the society, Mr. Vivek Patwa appeared for society, then he said, I am ready to conduct election. The president does not want it. So this petition has been filed by saying that the president is appellant number 1. How we can appear for both appellant and respondent in the same series of litigations, my lord? I fail to understand. And since last 12 years, the election has not been held. Here they said that the election list is not proper. Directed assistant registrar to do it, assistant registrar press the order. After objections, election officer published in the newspaper. Objections were decided and election list was finalized. When the election had to be held, the police did not, the district administration did not. Because the police force, we are in a series of communication. So in such circumstances, we have approached that India made district administration to provide us the necessary police force.
For this election, as many as 6 petitions have been filed.
Yes, ma'am.
Important than a member of parliament election. In that election, not a single petition.
Yes, my lord.
It's a society election, 6 petition, 1 writ appeal during vacation.
And the election was important. The election program was declared, objections and everything were decided. If the elections were to be held, the police force was not provided, so the election could not be held. Highly obliged. Writ appeal has been filed, my lord.
Against which order?
Against the impugn order passed in writ petition.
There are 5 writ petitions. In which impugn order you are talking about?
25/10/2020.
बताइए ना कि किसको आपने impugn बनाया?
But the scope of writ appeal is.
Who is the appellant? What is his locus?
He has filed his objection in pursuance to the directions issued by the Honorable Court. That objections remained undecided till today. The assistant registrar has directed, my lord, the election officer to consider all these objections. Now, my lord, I'll come one by one. First, I'll come, my lord, the scope of writ appeal is limited to the.
You are not a member.
I am a member.
You are under 11,000, you are one of them.
This is the whole dispute that there is no list of 11,000. Now, how a voter list is required to be prepared, the Lord may kindly consider section 16. Nobody is talking about that.
क्या नाम है?
Section 16.
Lord of Mandeep Singh and Tim Singh. Except law, my lord, everything has been argued. Now I am drawing attention of this honorable court on section 3B of the Act of 1973 and then section 60. Section 3B I am reading. Lord. So member of a society who can be a member. But this is an additional copy of my written. No. Issuance of the notice I am supposed to supply. In the new rules, my lord, supposed to supply the copy after issuance of the notice because honorable
No, standing council के लिए वो provision, but petitioner को तो देनी पड़ेगी आप.
will supply the copy during the course of.
Which rule you are referring?
3B, my lord.
IT registration. Member
of a society. Who can be a member of society? Member of a society means a person who have been admitted in the society according to the regulations thereof, continues for the time being to be a member of the society. Number one, having paid subscription. Number two, having signed the roll and list of members and having not resigned in accordance with the regulations. Now we look at section 16. Register of members. The subscribers of the memorandum of association shall be the first member of society. Number two, every society shall maintain at its head office a register of its member and shall enter therein following particulars, namely name, address and signature. Well, I'm emphasizing on signature with the date of each members, the date on which the members are admitted, the date on which the members are ceased to be member. Three, the register of members shall be prima facie evidence of the membership of the society and all matters entered therein, provided, this is important, provided that no member whose subscription for the time being is in arrears for a period exceeding 6 months shall be entitled to vote in any proceeding of the society under this act. So, my lord, what they are talking about, that there is a list of 11,687 members who is a voter list. Now, my lord, finalization of the voter list has been directed by this honorable court by order dated 17/2/2024. List of voters, my lord, can be finalized after reducing the members who have not paid, my lord, their subscription for a period of exceeding 6 months from the list of members of the society, which is required to be made.
When this P6 was issued election program,
it is not in dispute.
It is not in dispute.
Not in dispute.
Annexure P6 is dated 3/9/24.
Were conducted by election officer till 19/9/24, and just 2 days before our voting, 4/10/24, postponed the election. Why all these petitions were not filed saying that these objections have not been decided, nothing has happened on that day, and no voter list has been finalized? Why you waited till today to approach this court and raising all these grievances? Why immediately petition was not filed just before this election program? There is no final voter list. Why the election is being cut? वो तो 6 को by chance adjourn हो गया, तो these litigations are coming. Otherwise 6 को तो voting हुई गई थी.
नहीं, 6 को उन्होंने इलेक्शन प्रोग्राम कैंसिल कर दिया था.
वो 4 को कैंसिल किया है, 6 को voting थी. तो 4 तक की जो कार्रवाई हुई है वो फाइनल है.
I respond.
हाँ जी हाँ.
Yes.
Lord, may kindly take this order dated 7/2/2024, annexure A2, page number 17 of my compilation, not into consideration. And relevant is page 24. The directions issued by this honorable.
February.
Lord, may kindly permit me. 11 April. In such circumstances, the writ petition is hereby disposed of with a direction to registrar/deputy registrar/assistant registrar of the firms and society to ensure that the voter list is finalized after hearing the parties and decision rendered by the registrar, assistant registrar, firms and society with respect to existing and valid members, and the election may be conducted as per directions issued by the registrar, assistant registrar. The aforesaid exercise be completed within 2 weeks. The election of members shall be conducted soon after the decision rendered by registrar, assistant registrar of firms and society with respect to valid and existing member of the society. Thereafter, my lord, another writ petition was filed. My lord, may kindly consider page 25, annexure A3. Relevant is page 26, my lord. Lord,
Yes.
kindly consider page 26 of my. This is, my lord, again order dated 20th of September 2024. Para 3 reading on it. The grievance of the petitioner is that the order passed by this court in WP so and so order dated 7/2 is not being complied with. The objection filed by the objectors regarding their membership of respondent number 1 society have not been decided. The election program has been declared. She so and so so and so. Then para 6. In such circumstances, the petition is hereby disposed of with a direction to the petitioner and all other persons of the community to file their objections before respondent number 3 within 2 days, which shall be decided by the respondent number 3 within a further period of 3 days and proceed further in accordance with law. Now, this order dated 20th September 2024, time of 2 days was granted to all the parties concerned, my lord, in pursuance to which we have filed our objection on 22nd, my lord, annexure A4, 22nd 9/2024. With the direction of the Honorable Writ Court, my lord, the election officer was supposed to decide my objection within 3 days. Now, this objection I have taken into file before the election officer, my lord. I am reading the contents of this objection.
Page 34.
My lord, page 27.
27.
my lord. विषय आपके द्वारा जारी अहस्ताक्षरित प्रारूप मतदाता सूची प्राप्ति के संबंध में निवेदन है कि आपके द्वारा जो मतदाता सूची प्रारूप जारी कर संस्थान गुरु सिंह सभा के सदस्यों के दावे एवं आपत्ति आमंत्रित किए गए वह प्रारूप संस्थान द्वारा संधारित सदस्यों की हस्ताक्षरित पंजी जो संस्थान मध्य प्रदेश सोसाइटी रजिस्ट्रीकरण अधिनियम सोएंसो की धारा 16 अनुसार वर्षों से संधारित करती रही है उक्त अनुसार नहीं है। आपके द्वारा जो अहस्ताक्षरित प्रारूप मतदाता सूची जारी की गई है वह व्यक्ति विशेष द्वारा आपको उपलब्ध कराई गई है जो नियमानुसार नहीं है। यदि उपरोक्त अहस्ताक्षरित प्रारूप मतदाता सूची आपके द्वारा दावे एवं आपत्ति आमंत्रित कर उनका निराकरण करने के उपरांत कोई मतदाता सूची अंतिम रूप से घोषित की जाती है तो भी उक्त मतदाता सूची विधि अनुसार मान्य नहीं होगी एवं उक्त सूची अधिनियम की धारा 16 के विपरीत तैयार की गई होने से संपूर्ण चुनाव अवैध एवं विधि विरुद्ध होकर शून्य हो जाएंगे। से अनुरोध है कि संस्था की कार्यकारिणी से वह प्रारूप मतदाता सूची सदस्यों की हस्ताक्षरित पंजी बुलवाई जाए जो संस्था द्वारा धारा 16 के परिपालन में संधारित की जाती है। उसी पर दावे एवं आपत्तियां आमंत्रित एवं निराकृत कर अंतिम मतदाता सूची का प्रकाशन कराया जाए। उसी को आधार मान्य कर संस्था के चुनाव कराए जाए। हमारे द्वारा प्रस्तुत इस आपत्ति का निराकरण माननीय उच्च न्यायालय द्वारा पारित आदेश दिनांक 20/9/24 याचिका क्रमांक 27519 2024 के पालन में 3 दिवस में अवधि में अंतिम रूप से का सूचित करें। Now I am drawing attention of this honorable court on page 28. Last paragraph. Annexure A5, page 28. I read below. मेरे द्वारा दिनांक दिस लेटर इज एड्रेस्ड बाय मुख्य चुनाव निर्वाचन अधिकारी टू सहायक निर्वाचन अधिकारी ऑन 14/10/2024। मेरे द्वारा दिनांक 22/8/24 को पत्र क्रमांक 100 प्रेषित कर गुरु सिंह सभा की सदस्य सूची, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, सदस्य सूची तथा उनकी सॉफ्ट कॉपी की मांग की गई किंतु श्री गुरु सिंह सभा द्वारा दिनांक 24/8/24 को प्रेषित कर अवगत कराया कि सभा की सदस्यता सूची पूर्व चुनाव अधिकारी के द्वारा उपलब्ध नहीं कराई गई। हमारे पास सुखमनी टाइम्स के द्वारा सदस्यता फॉर्म के अनुसार गुरुद्वारा मार्ग तैयार सूची है जो पत्र के संलग्न प्रेषित की जा रही है। नेक्स्ट पेज पर उपरोक्तानुसार श्री गुरु सिंह सभा द्वारा सूची तैयार न होने का लेख कर जो सूची उपलब्ध कराई गई है उसका सदस्यता फॉर्म से परीक्षण कर सूची प्रकाशित की गई थी और सदस्यता पर प्राप्त आपत्तियों का निराकरण कर अंतिम सूची जारी की गई। चूंकि श्रीमान से सदस्यता सूची प्राप्त करने का कोई विकल्प नहीं है होने से आपसे सूची मांग नहीं की गई थी।
सर मेरे को माफी चाहता हूँ, ये क्या से दस्तावेज पढ़ रहे हैं, मेरे को समझ नहीं है।
इनकी अपनी अपील है,
इन्होंने कोई रिट अपील करी?
हाँ
ठीक है, देख लेते।
अतः अनुरोध है कि आपके कार्यालय में उपलब्ध सूची की एक प्रति उपलब्ध कराने का कष्ट करें कि सभा की अंतिम सूची जो जारी की गई है उससे उसका मिलान किया जा सके। यदि हमसे कोई त्रुटि हुई हो, कमी रही हो तो आपके द्वारा प्रेषित सूची से आवश्यक सुधार कर लिया जाकर आपको अवगत कर दिया जाएगा। अगर आपके द्वारा उपलब्ध कराई जाने वाली सूची में कोई कमी त्रुटि पाई जाती है आपको अवगत कराने के उपरांत उसमें कोई कार्रवाई की जाएगी। And till 14/1/2000, 14/10/2024.
ये 27/9/24 का कौन सा पत्र है?
मतलब 27/9 का पत्र, मतलब ये असिस्टेंट रजिस्ट्रार ने निर्वाचन अधिकारी को लिखा है।
नहीं इलेक्शन ऑफिसर।
यस
ये कहाँ है? ये वाला असिस्टेंट रजिस्ट्रार का
पेज
पत्र
36 मिनट।
36।
यस, दिस इज द क्लैरिफिकेटरी लेटर मिलॉर्ड। ये आप देखेंगे लास्ट पैरा।
इसका रिप्लाई वो 1 महीने बाद दे देंगे आपके इलेक्शन ऑफिसर।
मेरे नहीं है ना मिलॉर्ड, यही तो डिस्प्यूट।
अब किसके भी हो, मतलब है तो इलेक्शन ऑफिसर।
मिलॉर्ड उड़ीसा झगड़ा,
ये प्रॉब्लम है।
मतलब लास्ट पैरा में काइंडली बी कंसीडर। आपके द्वारा सदस्यों की जो सूची जो 1167 की थी, इस कार्यालय को प्राप्त नहीं की गई है, न ही श्री गुरु सिंह सभा इंदौर से प्राप्त की गई है। फिर दावे आपत्ति किस सदस्यता सूची के आधार पर प्राप्त किए गए हैं, तत्काल स्थिति स्पष्ट करें। माननीय न्यायालय के प्रकरण क्रमांक 100 में पारित आदेश दिनांक 20/9 के परिपालन में किस प्रकार दावे आपत्तियों का निराकरण किया जा रहा है, यह भी स्पष्ट करें। सो मिलो 14/10/2024 तक इलेक्शन
वही कहां से ठीक है।
एक प्राइवेट सुखमणि
It's good. तो महीने तो वही नहीं। समझ नहीं है। yes, Mr.
Millard, I'm now summoning up my submissions, Millard, that any finalization of voter list, Millard, can be after deciding the claims and objections filed by the interested persons. These claims and objections can only be entertained on the draft voter list, Millard, and a draft voter list can only be prepared in light of section 16. Anything which is not prepared in contravention or in violation of section 16 cannot be considered as draft voter list. No claims and objections can be invited on such a list prepared by a private party since so many times. And therefore, my lord, this objection which we have raised in light of the
इलेक्शन नहीं कराएंगे आप तो ये सब डिस्प्यूट तो आनी है सब इलेक्शन पिटीशन
my lord, मेरा submission, my lord, may kindly permit me to conclude.
ये 12 साल इलेक्शन नहीं होंगे तो ये सब प्रॉब्लम आएगी 11,000 लोगों में से रोज 4 पिटीशन लगा रहे रेट अपील लगा रहे आप और 10 साल इलेक्शन नहीं हो पाएंगे सब
12 साल यस 12 साल का जो स्टेटमेंट है मिलॉर्ड वो अनकंटेस्टेड इलेक्शन थे इसलिए कंटेस्ट नहीं हुए इसलिए इलेक्शन कंडक्ट नहीं हुए इनका ये कहना है कि 12 साल से चुनाव ही नहीं हुए ये एकदम दिस इज बेसलेस स्टेटमेंट अगर if somebody will file it if I file the nomination and somebody in response to it wants to contest the election he will file his nomination अगर कोई नॉमिनेशन फॉर्म नहीं करेगा तो अनकंटेस्टेड इलेक्शन हर साल होता है
हैबिट में आ गए तो इस बार
no now Milord
भूल गए कैसे कराए जाते इलेक्शन
now Milord my submission is that since the draft voter list is not in line of section 16 Milord that cannot be decided no never now Milord I am coming to the scope of writ appeal deciding the writ appeal Milord the only validity of the impugn order can be seen and I am straight away coming Milord to the impugn order dated 25/10/2024 the petitioner Milord herein the respondent number 6 filed a writ petition without issuing the notice to the respondent Milord the order passed by the assistant registrar dated 16/10/2024 which was passed in compliance of the order dated 7/2/2024 passed by the writ petition Milord has been set aside without signing any reason any cogent reason whether the assistant registrar was not having the jurisdiction to pass the order whether the order was in violation of any statutory provision whether there was any malice whether there is any malice and without absolutely nothing so it is in violation of the principles of natural justice no reason no nothing has been decided I am drawing attention of this honorable court page number 16 of my complication which is part of impugn order I am reading third line page 16 it is submitted that in writ petition number so and so which was disposed of by this honorable court on 25th this is typographical error on 20th-9/2024 the election officer had given an undertaking that all the objections shall be decided within 3 days time and thus they have already been decided now this is presumption no answer either from the election officer or from the society was called upon by this honorable court by the honorable writ court now thereafter Milord it is submitted so and so now para 6 in view of the same this court is inclined to dispose of the petition while quashing the impugn order dated 16/10/2024 with a direction to the respondent number 4 to conduct the election on 3/11 now Milord an order passed by an administrative competent authority can be set aside in the writ petition under article 226 if the honorable writ court finds that it is in contradiction with any law any statutory provision if it is passed without jurisdiction after hearing the respondent at least issuing the notice to the respondents but nothing has been absolutely no reason
who were present
Milord may kindly consider no one was present 1 to 4 and petitioner
ये Mr. Patwa appeared for Sabha.
PL for state लिखा है, state is 1 and 2. And Mr. Patwa has appeared for the society in earlier round of litigations also. Yes, the appearance of the yes, young number 1. Yes, I have shown that. There is no wakalatnama filed. Therefore, there is no wakalatnama in respect of the Guru Singh Sabha record. Suddenly, my lord, first day, the election officer was represented, respondent number 1 and 2 represented, Guru Singh Sabha represented, everyone. Now, today also the election officer appeared in person, wants to appear in person, but since my lord have directed him to sit,
He is election officer.
he is the election officer. He wants to appear in person. With the directions of the Honorable Court, he sat behind.
But we have never called him.
Yes, yes. So Milord, so far as this order is concerned, Milord, since the order passed by the Honorable Writ Court, order dated Milord 7/2/2024, and thereafter 20th of 9/2024 was not complied. We have filed our objection in response to the liberty granted by this Honorable Court. The Assistant Registrar was directed to supervise the election, to finalize the voter list. He is the competent authority to finalize the voter list. The registrar, in the wake of order given by this Honorable Court, direction issued by this Honorable Court, order dated 7/2, as well as Section 4, I'm drawing attention of this Honorable Court on Section 4 of MP Society Registry Karan Adhiniyam. This says, Lord, the state government may by notification appoint a person to be called registrar of societies who shall exercise such powers and such perform such duties and functions as are conferred by and under the provisions of this act shall, subject to the general or special order as the state government may make. Now, superintendent the administration and carry out the provisions of this act throughout the state. This empowers not the assistant registrar to have superintendent of the society, and since the order dated 7/2/2024, the Honorable Writ Court has directed the assistant registrar to supervise the election to finalize the voter list. He was the competent authority. Since 14/10/2024 up to 14/10/2024, the election officer has not finalized the voter list because I'm just concluding, because there was no draft voter list. Appropriate draft voter list provided by the society to the election officer, and he was calling claims and objection on the basis of a voter list provided to him with a private person. Since it was not finalized, these objections were in light of my objections, the Registrar of Firms and Society have issued the order dated 6/10/2024, and then 16/10/2024 and annexure this page 37. उक्त सूची का प्रथम प्रकाशन दावे आपत्ति आमंत्रित करे, व्यक्तियों के निराकरण के बाद विधिवत निर्वाचन कार्यक्रम जारी करे, निर्वाचन के कार्यवाही पूर्वक पंजीकृत विधान के प्रावधान अनुसार संपन्न कराया जाना सुनिश्चित करें. Now, unless my lord, the assistant registrar, who is the competent authority, finalize the voter list, my lord, of the society in light of and in compliance of the directions issued by this Honorable Court, and in light of exercising his powers under Section 4, my lord, the elections cannot be contested. अगर ऐसे ही इलेक्शन कराना है कि बस आपको पूर्ति करनी है फॉर्मेलिटीज की, तो पुलिस प्रोटेक्शन में इलेक्शन हो जाएंगे. लेकिन अगर पुलिस प्रोटेक्शन की जरूरत पड़े बिना केवल फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन कराना है, it has to be in accordance with law. After following the provisions of Section 16, the draft signed by every member, the voter list is required to be signed by every member in light of Section 16, read with Section 3B, my lord. That draft voter list, उसमें claims and objection invite होंगे कि क्या किसी person के 6 महीने से ज्यादा के subscription बाकी हैं, उनके नाम हटने के बाद ये voter list final होगी. It's the only provision in the Act of 1973 which provides for finalization of the voter list. If somebody files give a soft copy, if somebody, private person, gives a list of 11,687 members, which is in violation of Section 16, not in accordance with Section 16, that cannot be considered, my lord, as a draft voter list, or it cannot be finalized on the basis of claims and decisions of claims and objection. Now, my lord, when I filed claims and objection in pursuance to the order passed by the Honorable Writ Court on 22nd, the election officer was duty bound to decide the same in with law within 3 days, which has never been done. It is nobody's case that my objection has been decided. It is valid objection, my lord. Unless those objections would be decided in accordance with law, without any further proceeding, superseding my statutory right.
My lord, please permit me to make my concluding statement.
said that आपने ये जो लिस्ट पेश की है इस पे से दावा आपत्ति आमंत्रित करके करें, क्योंकि और किसी ने जो साइन लिस्ट है जो पुराने चुनाव अधिकारी से कोई मांग ही नहीं रहा है. That has not been provided. So, my lord, he is supposed to decide my objection in this is non-compliance of the judicial orders. So far as writ appeal is concerned, writ court ko ye to, my lord, this has to be considered. There must be a reason, my lord. Kranti's associate, my lord, the judgments are so clear, the length of judgments, my lord, wherein it has been decided that the reasoning is the soul of the judgment. Now, for what reason, my lord, the order dated 16/10/2024 was quashed? What this for, my lord? Not even a single line. This cannot be the process, my lord. Where without issuing any notice on the first day of hearing, you say that 16/10/1. He is a competent authority under the statute. He is complying the order dated 7/2/2024 passed by the Honorable Writ Court. That's all.
Lord, I have a humble submission to make, Lord. समझ जा रही ना? I have a humble submission to make.
Just one law point, my lord, sir.
Consider करने लग गए.
Just one humble submission. My lord, have graciously heard me for a length, my lord, just one more line, my lord. Law point. 16, section 16, compliance of section 16 is not directory, my lord, it is mandatory in light of section 16(4) because consequences of non-compliance of section 16(1)(2)(3) has been provided under section 16. It says, my lord, if entries are not made in the register of members within 30 days of the admission of a member or cessation of membership, every office bearer in default shall be punishable with fine which may extend to 500. Now this makes, my lord, the provision section 16 mandatory. But for